Hello, I'm Peter Towers, Managing Director of SHSB038. Welcome to Survival Hints for Small Business. Legal advice is essential for success in business. To be successful in business, you will need appropriate commercial legal advice. This will ensure that your business is legally compliant with the multitude of laws, regulations, pronouncements that do complicate business life. But if you're going to be successful and survive, you need to be aware that these laws exist, and every business is going to be required to be compliant with various laws. Failure to do so can be very stressful because you can be prosecuted, you can be involved in a court case, and when you're involved in that sort of legal action, it can cost a lot of money. And more importantly, for most small business operators, it can take a lot of time. So you need to find a competent legal practitioner, a commercial solicitor, or a firm who is able to give you ongoing legal advice throughout the life of your business. So in the first instance, you need to make sure that your business is an appropriate entity. This is a very important first step. You can be a sole trader and just get an Australian business number, and basically you're underway. If you're going to have income of higher than $82,500 per annum, you register for GST, and away you go. But you're trading in your own name, and every asset that you have is literally on the line. Or you can form a partnership, a trust, or a company. Companies cost the most to form, and there are annual return fees to be paid. And in some instances, companies can be very desirable. If you intend to undertake a major commercialisation project and you'd like to get some grant funding from accelerating commercialisation, then you need to be a company. If you're going to undertake research and development each year that's going to cost more than $20,000, the only way you can claim the tax rebate is if you are a company. So talk to your solicitor, but share with him or her your vision for where your business is going. Not the next 6 months, but where do you want to be in 6 years' time? Intellectual property is another key asset that unfortunately many small medium enterprises overlook. You need to protect your intellectual property. The only way you're going to do that is to have systems and to have appropriate documents drafted by your commercial solicitor. Leasing of factory, a warehouse, an office premises is a very important decision, and you definitely need legal advice for these sorts of transactions. Once you start to employ staff, you get into the realm of employment agreements and complying with Fair Works Australia's requirements, and you probably need legal advice. One of the most important areas, though, is in service agreements, your agreements with your customers, your terms of trade agreement, and your retention of title agreements, which flow into the Personal Property Securities Act and registrations on the Personal Property Securities Register. Now, ignorance of the Personal Property Securities Register can cause business failure. You need to receive competent legal advice as to how this legislation works. And I think you also then need to engage your accountant to set up an appropriate due diligence review system to make sure you then comply with the requirements under the PPSR. It's a good idea to have periodic meetings with your solicitors and to have at least an annual legal check-up meeting to make sure there hasn't been any new laws, regulations or pronouncements passed that are going to affect your business operations. So obtaining a key legal person as your commercial solicitor is an important part of the process of establishing a business that's going to be there for the long term. At ESS Small Business, we've produced 2 webinars by 2 prominent legal identities on legal services for SMEs. We have Legal Essentials for Australian Small Business, presented by Dean Woodbridge from Clinch, Long and Leatherbarrow, solicitors in Sydney, and we have Legal Issues Affecting SMEs by Matthew Karakalakis from AMK Law in Melbourne. please log on to www.esssmallbusiness.com.au, click on partner webinars, and you can then find the 2 legal presentations. And whilst you're there, you will notice that there are 17 other webinars from people who are able to support small businesses. So we look forward to you joining us each week for these videos and visiting the ESS Small Business website to view the latest webinars. And whilst there, why not look at some of the other free and material that is for sale, and details of services that can be provided by our affiliates who are all listed on ESS Small Business. Have a wonderful day, and I hope your business is very successful.